Welcome to the Crooked Stripes Podcast, where your hosts discuss various aspects of lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal. Let these two friendly Canucks help you cultivate a different outlook on the green industry. And with that, here are your hosts, Brendan Brubaker and Martin Hodder.
Martin, how are you today?
Good, buddy, and yourself?
Just great. Yeah, it's coming together here. All from a little casual convo on the airplane.
Just 4 days together in Louisville, drinking beers.
And we figured it out on the way home, I think.
Yeah, on the plane ride back.
Yeah, and we talked the whole way, and I bet you everyone hated us.
But they knew about our podcast.
Yep.
They didn't have a choice.
Yep, I love it. Yeah, this one we're going to go over a little equipment, what we both use. We're going to leave the snow equipment for Hodder out of there. We're going to spend a full episode on that one.
There's definitely lots to talk about on that one.
I feel like you can go on all day about that, so we'll save that for later.
Absolutely.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, we'll we'll talk about what mowers we use, what types, for different types of properties, go over our hand tools, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers, all that fun stuff. Then we'll talk about, Martin's got some landscape machines. We'll get into a little bit about that. And then machines for efficiency and, labor savings. We kind of want to touch on that too. And we'll get into a little bit like cameras and drones and stuff that we both use on the job to help our social media game,
Yeah, definitely
get
get
up
kind
there.
of forgotten to be talking about so much, right? So
I know.
but it's a huge part for both of our businesses.
I know.
Online and using that as a good form of advertising. So
yeah,
it's definitely
I use
a
them
little topic.
Yeah, use them every day, so it's worth talking about too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you want to lead her off and talk about your mowers and stuff, and then I'll follow up after that?
After it. Yeah, we can get after it. Why not, right? Yeah, okay. So mowers. A lot of you guys know I'm a walker mower guy. I always have been. Don't know if I always will be, but I'll always have one or two hanging around.
Yeah.
So we
stick
got
with what you know.
Yeah, stick with what you know. Yep. So we got 4, ride-on mowers. So I got 3 walker mowers, and I have a stand-on Cub Cadet Pro X 600. They're all different mowers, definitely. They all have different uses in a different place for each property. So my first mower I got was the T25i walker. It's the one that collects the grass. It's got the hopper on the back. Stripes really nice. Mows a really nice lawn. We use that for definitely in the fall. But
bagging leaves and stuff?
Bagging leaves like a champ, man. That thing is so useful in the fall. So we use that thing in the fall. And then, honestly, it doesn't get used that much in the middle of the mowing season because we have a 42-inch. Oh, sorry, that's a 48-inch deck. Okay. So that's a 48-inch deck. And I got to bring this up because this is just hilarious. So I used to work for Swiss Hills, right? Remember that?
Yep.
2 episodes ago. So whatever, they probably had 7 walkers or 6 walkers. So whatever, used them all that. So then, a couple years down the road, I buy my mower, right? My walker, and whatever, bought it from the Connect Equipment in Kitchener. Didn't think much of it, started using it, and then it needed some maintenance, so I brought it up to the Dr. Walker in Drayton. So he kind of ran the serial numbers, and, he was just doing his thing. And then he's like, oh, this deck you got on here is it's old. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was a little green in it. I didn't really know.
Naive,
I was a little naive, which is all good. So then he's like, yeah, this deck is it's a 1992. And I was like, that was when I was born. So that's okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's up there. And what year was the mower?
It's a 17. So I figured out
that's a big age difference.
They slapped an old deck and painted it up and got me. So then I wasn't happy about that, but of course I call in and ask for the sales guy. It's like, oh, he left. Oh, of course he did.
Yeah, so no wonder. He got his commission and away he went.
Right. So I was annoyed until I found out. I'm kind of sentimental, you know. I found out that the deck was a Swiss Hills deck on one of their machines.
Oh, like from where you started?
Yeah. And so I
came back full circle.
100% used it. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. Like
what are the odds of that?
5-6 years later, you're buying a mower that has the same deck on it that you used when you were
the same deck that I was rocking.
That's pretty good.
Right? And it's like reinforced, like someone put some extra work into it. So the guy was like, you know what? It's actually a pretty good deck at the end of the day. So then I was like, I didn't mind the old deck because I thought it was kind of cool because
it gave a little extra value to it.
Yeah, now it's pretty cool for me personally. So anyways, that's the 48-inch T25i. Then we got the old MB18, 18 horsepower little walker mower, 42-inch deck, side discharge. That thing is such a beast. It's got the 2 wheels on the back rather than the collector just has the one in the middle.
Oh, okay. Is that what always leaves like the single stripe in the middle of your walker stripes?
Yeah,
single wheel.
That's the collector.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I never put that together.
Okay, yeah, you've seen the other one with the 2 wheels.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and they follow behind the big turf tires, so you don't even see the back wheels on the little. We call it Junior.
Little Junior.
Nickname Junior. The collector is called the collector. So we use Junior on like all our residential in town. We don't pick up grass anymore. It wasn't worth it. People didn't really want to pay.
Saver when you drop that.
Such a time, like truck full of clippings at the end of the day. I'm good.
The biggest spot is trying to find somewhere to put it.
Oh, I know. And if I had a place to put them, I would want to like turn it into topsoil and
compost it and but it's just such a hassle to deal with it, right?
I ain't got no place to put it. I ain't got no loader that can mix it up. So
or time to do it.
Yeah, we're not collecting right now. So, anyways, we use that mower all summer. It's mowing all the residentials and it can go on some hills actually. So it's a pretty versatile mower, I'd like to say. Stripes really nice. Looks good. So that's that one. Then we have Jumbo, the big old. It's a
great nickname.
Oh, I know. You'd have the greatest nicknames. So that's my 60-inch walker, the big boy. That one's 37 horsepower, I believe. I think it's an H37 or something. It's old. Like it's pretty old, but it honestly it mows so nice. It stripes so nice. You've seen I've posted a couple
lots of bitches
time lapses of that one, and it mows a nice lawn.
Absolutely.
So those are the walkers. So we got Jumbo, Junior, and the collector. Then we got
family of names.
Yeah, what a family of names.
Well,
I know. Then we got the Cub Cadet stand-on, the brand new one that kind of came out 3 years ago. We bought it the year it came out.
Is that the one they had at the Equip?
Yeah, that they were giving away that we were talking about.
Yeah, yes. That's a nice looking mower, for sure.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's pretty well built. It doesn't mow as nice as the walkers. If I'm going to be honest, just a different type
of cut, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a rougher cut, but it still stripes really nice. Like you can totally it does a nice job. You can take the thing on like some mean hills.
That's the nice thing with those stand-ons.
Yeah,
you can go. It's nice.
And you can beat it up, and it does a pretty good job, to be honest. So I'm not going to take that stand on some of our little residentials. It's going to just ruin the lawn, right?
Yeah.
It's heavier than the walkers. It's got mean tires on it. So, I mean, I could put wheels on it and like a stripe kit, but I don't know.
Do you run stripe kits on anything or no?
No stripe kits. Everyone always asks me that. That's just the Walker mowers, baby.
Some of those stripes going down there, they're painted on there.
I know they are painted, and I usually line up the camera with the sun to make it pop a little.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that in a little bit too.
Yeah, definitely.
Little tips and tricks. Yeah. So those are all the mowers we got. We got 2 little Honda push mowers too.
I was gonna say, so you do have a push mower too that you kind of keep.
I got the OG push mower.
Do you do much push mowing? No. Yeah.
No, like one place maybe.
Yeah.
And we gave it up. Yeah, I don't know. And like, no, we don't really do any. Just weed eat it.
Yeah.
or the 42 inch is getting in there. That's where we're at.
Pretty tight. That's such a nice size, right?
I know. I wouldn't mind a 36 inch stand on. That would be. I could use that. Or if our 36 inch walker would be wicked too. But
they make a 36. I thought they only made a 42.
They do have a 36 inch deck.
That would be nice. It'd be nice to be able to get in there and we're kind of looking at a 36 Kubota stand on for next.
Oh,
so
nice.
We'll see what happens. We're kind of in the works on it, so we'll kind of see how it rolls. Good. But
yeah, and that's a 54 inch deck on the stand on. Really nice machine. Like, it's nice to blow off with. It kind of can do everything. You know, we do a couple big fields that are rough, and it does a good job. Commercial places, the Cub Cadet's hitting mostly all of them. So it's a good machine for us. It gets a lot of use, that's for sure. We look after a big farm kind of outside of town, and that thing does it all.
Gets a workout.
It gets a workout. It pays for itself. And 0% financing on the Cub, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't say
a lot of those mowers now are like that, right? It's kind of the price of everything going up. You have to if you want people to buy.
Yeah. I know.
25 grand on a mower. It's
right. That's serious.
Yeah, that's some serious cash to cut some grass.
Oh, I know. And then a couple interest rates. It's like, ooh, it's becoming not. I don't know.
Yeah. The entry into mowing is still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Overall, compared to other things, but if you're getting into commercial stuff with mower, like zero turns and stuff, it's definitely
you got to get
a different ball game.
Yeah, totally. Right. So
for sure.
No. Yeah, that's what that thing kind of does. Really like all our machines. I don't know. They all have a certain use for them, you know, certain time, space. So place.
You need that, right? And we have the same thing. We have 4 different machines that are all kind of like a different variety just to be able to fit in for our residential, for our through gates, our commercial stuff, for bagging as well, right? We kind of, and you need that to be able to do your mowing efficiently.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure there's a machine that can do it all, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you do need a couple options.
Yeah, you do. You need a few different ones.
Right.
Well, if there's a perfect machine for it all, I haven't found it yet.
Nope, same here. So we'll keep looking though. Yep.
You need something like a little stand on. You can swap the deck out or something.
Oh yeah.
To go from
that would be cool.
36 to a 60 or something.
Yeah, right.
Something like crazy, but
that would be cool. Yeah, haven't found it.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday. Yeah, hand tools like weed eaters, blowers. I go straight steel. I don't mess around with nothing else. And
Absolutely.
The steel, I got Martin Small Engines. They're a big steel dealer. They're in town here. And then Premier Equipment, John Deere. They're another big steel dealer.
They're huge, yeah.
Huge. So it's like, well, I'd be crazy to use anything else. And I love steel stuff too.
I'm the same way.
Chainsaw.
Do you
5
run a
weed
combi?
eaters. Sorry.
Do you have a combi as well?
Yeah, I got one of those, which is wicked.
So handy. You have such a multi-tool to be able to switch back and forth from hedge trimmer, pole saw, whatever. Right. And I know you said you had 5 trimmers. Which ones are you running?
Yeah. We have 5 trimmers. So we have a couple different ones because I'm going to get into it here.
Okay.
For different uses again. So we got, when I first started, driving down the Kubota to Dad's shop there, started with the FS70. Really like that trimmer. It's light.
That's a straight shaft, power. Right?
Yep, all straight shaft.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all straight shaft. Has enough power. I mean, you're not using it for brush cutting, but lawn maintenance, it totally has enough power. So I have 2 of those.
Okay.
2 of those. No, yeah, 2 of those, and then we tried the FS91.
Okay.
Or the FS90, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is pretty sweet. It's got a nice little power band on it. It's not that much heavier than the 70, although it is a little heavier.
Yeah.
I noticed.
On an 8-hour day, you'd notice.
Yeah, I know. Like, we do a lot of trimming or flip trimming, as you know. And I want to have a light one. So,
yeah.
But we got 2 FS90s, and then I have a super old FS91R, it's called. It's just, I bought it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was cheap. But I like that thing like a lot. It's like super old school though. So straight shaft still.
Yeah.
So, those are the ones we run. And I think we keep one guard on one of them.
Oh, you're a see, I'm always I was always a guard guy.
Yeah.
I always ran it.
Okay.
I never really thought anything of it. We just throw them on and they come on it. And
yeah, right. I
tried a few times. I think we were talking about this fall, but it's good. I don't know. It definitely slowed me down a bit. I didn't notice a weight difference.
Okay.
I'm just so used to trimming with a guard on for 12 years. I know exactly how close I can get, without having to think of it. When you take the guard off, and next thing you know, you're getting
inches
a little
longer.
Closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for doing, like I did it when we did some ditches and stuff like that, and it worked really well. But
nice.
For the most part, I'm a guard on kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
Taking the guard off is good and all, but like you got to be careful how long your string is, because you can kind of burn out the clutch.
Or mess some stuff up doing.
Yes. I burnt out one on my old one, but whatever. Small price to pay.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, I just think you can see a little better with what we do. Like, we don't do big brush cutting and
you
sticking to the
weekly
maintenance.
Mowing and
so the guards off are more than fine, and the guys really like having the guards off too. So
we don't really give them an option. We just leave them on and
just say deal with the boys.
It doesn't take very much to catch a rock and fling it or something with the guard without. So it's
I know,
just kind of easier, I guess.
Yeah,
keep it
certain place and certain space for these things. So.
Absolutely. But we're pretty similar. We run all that still as well. So we have like the combi, the head trimmer, same thing. The blowers. For blowers, we run the BR 800s.
Yeah, nice.
So they're
7 and 8 hundos.
Yeah, I think we have 1.7 and 3/8. I think.
Nice.
So it's like a good mix, but phenomenal for leaf cleanups and all that sort of stuff.
Oh
and for our trimmers, we run the 94R.
Yep, nice.
It's similar to that kind of. We have 4 of those, and like it's a good kind of mix of power, and it's not too heavy. We do have a 131 as well.
Okay, how's that?
It's definitely a beefier trimmer. A lot more power. The power difference is pretty substantial between the two of them.
Bet.
So we don't take that on like our regular weekly mowing. We usually have that if we're doing like an overgrown lawn, or if we have a week or two of rain and we're behind or whatever. Then it's good that way. But the 94 hours, they usually go out every day mowing. So and we're getting,
which is
like,
pretty.
Some
good.
of the ones we have now, we're 2 seasons in. 2 of them are 3 seasons in, and 2 are 2. So like we're getting a pretty good amount of time on. Like that's cutting a lot of grass every week.
Yeah. And like you said, you guys do all the maintenance. I feel like that extends the life big time.
Oh yeah, we do.
Which is huge.
Usually at least twice a year, we'll do plugs, filters, fuel, all that sort of stuff, right? Just to
do it all. Yeah. Yeah. Smart.
And what do you run for heads on yours? Do you run the still head or do you run
something different? I got some beef about this. So the new like Steel came out with a new head, like an auto feed head, right?
Yep.
I can't stand it. I bought one.
I couldn't agree more.
I left it on. I was like, all right, we'll see what, it's new. I'll try whatever. Mm-hmm. So I try it out, and like I start flip trimming, doing my thing, and it's like, you take a little bit off of the string, and it's like, okay, I'm doing my thing, and all of a sudden it's like more string, and then my line is like wobbling all over the map.
You have 3 feet of line out.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is going on? And then like my edge gets ruined because all this line just came out without
flapping around everywhere. Yeah.
So that took about like 10 minutes using it to be like, this is stupid. So I brought it back and I was like, who came up with this? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, as soon as we buy one, I buy the old steelhead. We don't use speed feeds.
You don't use the Echo ones?
No, I haven't tried them out. Well, I have tried them out, but I like the old steelheads. I find they work good. So I just buy a brand new one and whatever.
Okay.
We switch.
So do you have to pull those heads off to like re-spool them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do they have like a speed feed head? Like, do they speed? Like, can you
for the new one?
Like, the Echo ones? No, the old ones that you're using.
Oh no, I got to
take like the center thing out and coil the
old school head. Which
maybe
we'll try out a couple of speed feeds, but like I can switch a trimmer line so fast.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah,
but,
so whatever. It's not a big.
We use the speed feed ones, and
they're
pretty.
Use.
Yeah, I like
pretty
them.
efficient.
We've been running them for a while, and they're pretty handy
to switch the line.
Okay, and what we'll do is we'll take like in the start of the year, we'll make a bunch of coils. Like we might go through and take a whole 3-pound spool and splice it up into whatever it is, 20-foot lengths, coil it, tape it. So then when you're mowing, you just throw one of those in your pocket. So
which is smart.
If you're a kilometer away from the truck on the far side of the field, you don't got to walk back and do that. You just have one piece tucked in your pocket, and then you on tape, fleet it through, a couple twists, and you're back to trimming.
You're good to go. Yeah, see, that's huge. Always having some line in your pocket. Okay, what's the line you use now? What do you guys use?
I believe this year we ran the I don't even know the number on it. The
CF3 Pro. Oh, the green one.
The green with the X, I think.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I don't know what number. I don't know the number on it.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah, we got a spool of that when we bought one of the last trimmers, and
nice, and it works
pretty good. The
boys
liked it, and
nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's a couple of those. We ran the Echo Crossfire, I think it was the 105, like the thicker stuff. We ran that for a little while too. That was nice stuff. That was good. And it was just we just couldn't get it in the 5-pound spools.
Okay,
we can only get the little 1-pound spools, and they were like $40 for 1 pounder. You can get a spool of steel for like $70.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a way better.
Yeah,
way better deal, and it works well. So
yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, we use the steel. It's called CF3 Pro, and there's I think there's like carbon built into it or something. I was talking
to like a longer lasting.
Yeah, it noticeably lasts longer. It's a little more pricey, but it lasts longer, and it kind of like it doesn't chip off in chunks.
Oh, so it like wears rather than
it wears into like a super, like if I'm trimming back in, when I was trimming all the time, I would get it down where it's like at the end it's getting like super, super thin, and then it slowly gets thicker. And then you go up and you edge a nice sidewalk, and it's like, that's getting pretty detailed.
Yeah, it's getting
but that's the best.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what we use. So for that.
We have to look into that. But yeah, we've been using that one for the last 2 years, I guess now. We've no issue, and it's
nice.
Always available, and it's just there on the shelf. You just grab a big spool and away you go.
Yeah, that's just mint. Well, do you want to go over your mowers now? We kind of skipped over that.
So, like I said, we just kind of loop back around. Your mowers and then hand tools, and then we'll go back to mine. And
we're all about looping around.
Yeah, we always make it back. We
always make it back.
Take the long way, that's all.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's a good time.
Absolutely. So for us, we've been running Kubota mowers since the beginning. We started with a 42 little residential mower. It was like a Z125 or 122, which is a 42-inch Kawasaki, like a 22 horsepower little mower. That's what we started with, and we had that up until last year. We ran that we had 1,500 hours or something on it. Like obviously, as we bought more mowers, it kind of got less and less use.
Right.
It was a way for us to keep a zero turn and still get into a lot of those smaller properties with like a fence or kind of a gate or a narrow spot that we couldn't get a 48 or a 54 into.
Okay.
So that was kind of our first one. We ran that for up until this year. We just traded in this February. And that's a nice thing about Kubota. It's pretty good value. Yeah. Like we bought that for $4,500 and we got $2,500 back for it. So
Wow.
10 years, over 10 years, and
That's
$2,000 in cost is pretty good. Pretty good
that's
return.
pretty good, I would
And
say.
then, so as we kind of kept picking up more mowers or more lawns, we added a Kubota Z125. So it's a 25 horsepower, 54 inch. Still like a sit down,
Nice.
zero turn.
Yeah.
And that kind of took over a lot of our mowing. So we ran, I think that was in 2019, I think we bought that one.
Okay.
So we were running that one for a while. And then that was kind of our main workhorse. In our trailer, we run it. We have the two mowers. So we kind of can split back and forth between those, depending on the type of property.
Right.
Yeah, so we ran that. After that, we added a Z725. So that's obviously like their more commercial gas line. We bought that with a power bagger on it, which was nice. Similar to you, we needed something for kind of in the spring after we dethatch. We use that for sucking up like the debris in that, and then same with leaves. We'll bag it, we'll suck it up that way. But throughout the summer, it gets used a bit on our commercial properties if we have like an extra crew playing catch up with mowing from rain or whatnot. Right. But for the most part, it's just kind of our cleanup mower on either end of it. And then that was that one. And we traded in the 54 125 for we bought a stand on. We bought a Kubota SZ22 with a 48 deck. Okay. And that would be my favorite mower. It's so efficient. We can use it on so many properties. The speed on it is awesome. And similar to you said about with your stand on in fields that are kind of uneven and stuff, the suspension I find is wicked on those.
Yeah.
So you're able to like go over some of these rough spots and not beat the guts out of yourself. So that's always nice, especially after a long day. Yes. And we do run the wheels on it.
Oh, nice.
We run the front and back wheels. So
okay.
It's pretty nice. And I think that's why we're able to take it on some of our residential properties.
Okay.
Because you're not using those big beefy tires to kind of chew it. You have like that nice smooth surface tire. You're able to kind of turn around and not tear everything up. And
I guess with the surface area of the tire, you're getting 100% of the surface area on the ground rather than the air just tire like only going to get.
Like the belly of it versus So you're getting, and they're wider too. They're probably 2 inches wider, I guess.
Oh wow, I didn't know they're that much wider.
Which is really nice too on like when you're going on hills with it. Like we're going on some stuff that's
you probably shouldn't
be. Definitely higher than 25-degree slope or whatever they say it's for. But you're able to crawl like right across that. And the nice thing with the stand on too is if it does get a little steep, you're able to hop off. Because I know with ours,
true.
Like, it doesn't have like I think yours does, right? If you step off
it just turns off. Right.
So mine doesn't. Mine has it so you can use it as a walk behind, which I think is an awesome feature for it. So you can step off that, kick the stand pad up, and then walk behind it and keep cutting. So you can really get into getting some pretty cool spots where it's that. Yeah, and then we did have a Z422 with a 54-inch deck as well. So it's kind of that's like their prosumer, kind of like that mid-range mower. And that was kind of used on a mix of all our properties, whether it's light enough where it'll fit on a residential, but it's big enough where it's not bad to go do a 2-acre soccer field complex, and you can just zoom around and it's quick. It's probably one of the nicer cutting mowers that we use.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of the stuff you've seen this summer with like stripes and stuff would be from that or the stand on.
Yeah, right.
But we also make our own stripe kits for them, so
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's for all of them.
Yeah, they all have them. We kind of do our own.
That's pretty
our own little thing, kind of conveyor belt-ish material and bolt it through. And
it looks great.
Just a little extra to make it pop. That's all.
Yep, nice. Yep, it's all about. Got to keep separating yourself from the rest of the pack, right?
And a lot of times, I don't even think customers care about the look of the stripe. There's some that do. But I think it's mostly for the guys and other people driving around looking at it and be like,
that looks a little
head turn and check it out. Yeah.
That's popping more than normal.
Yeah. Well, especially too where you like yard signs and stuff. If you get some lines popping, you put a little sign out and they see that. That's a huge advantage for you.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So
nice. Okay.
That's what I got. Cool. We do have a Toro 30-inch push mower.
Nice.
It doesn't get used very often, but there's just a few spots
Right. Yeah.
maybe 30 minutes a week where just kind of some random spots that we just can't get a mower, or it's just not practical by like pools and sort of stuff like that, where it's kind of.
Of course, we want to all say goodbye to the push mowing, but reality is you gotta.
Yeah, reality is you still got.
Yeah.
It's still there for some of it.
It's still there, and whatever. It's needed, so all good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's basically all the mowing equipment, right?
Yeah, that's kind of all the lawn care stuff. Like, I mean, there's other stuff, other aspects of it, but that's the mowing side of it done for sure.
Sounds like we have very similar hand tools.
Yeah. Well,
basically the same.
I think there's a reason that a lot of people run it, right? It's a high quality product. The pricing on it's really good, and it lasts.
It is. Yeah.
Like I have blowers that is like 10 years old.
I know.
Yeah.
First pull.
I think my 600.
Yeah.
It's been there forever.
Look at that.
That 600 Magnum or whatever it is.
That thing is mint.
And it still fires up.
Yeah.
First or second pull.
Yeah. I got it in Dad's garage right now.
Yeah.
And I still fire it up from time to time, and it just works great.
Yeah. Every time. It's consistent.
Like, how can you beat that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like,
and dealer support's huge too.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's nice. Our dealers are still dealers the same as our Kubota dealer. So it's a one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and
they even make our clothes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So they got everything. That's where I do all my shopping.
Nice. And it's dealer support's so big for you because you're way out in the boonies, basically, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
so dealer's huge for us. So
yeah. Nice. Oh, that's good. Cool. Okay. Well, that basically covers the mowing, I would have to say. Do you want to talk about like your machines you guys use for like landscaping and what you guys all, do with that?
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So like I said, I do have some machines we use for snow. We have 2 Kubota 6060s with blowers and blades and all that stuff, but that'll be a whole other conversation. And they don't get used much in the summer. They're kind of use some material around the yard and pick some stuff up, but that's pretty much the extent of that. They're definitely dedicated snow machines. So then we do have a Kubota skid steer and mini excavator. The skid steer is the SSV 75. That's the wheeled machine. We were hoping for the track machine. That's kind of what our plan was, but insurance reasons for snow removal, we weren't allowed to get a track machine. So we're kind of in the works. I think maybe upgrading in the next year or so to a track machine. It just makes it that much easier for landscaping. And like we do have some attachments for it. We have like the forks and the bucket. Just kind of, that's one nice thing. The guys take it on all our hardscaping jobs to move material from the front to the back or move pallets, sod, which is a huge game changer when you're doing that. So instead of having to lug all the sod from the road, you pick it up, you bring it next to, drop it strategically around the yard, and it's boom, 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 done. Yeah. And then we picked up a Harley rake, a Kubota Harley rake as well this spring. And that's for Harley rake, power rake, a few different names for it. And that's basically just kind of a quick way to grade soil, so like prep for lawn install and whatnot. You can use it on gravel driveways and roads. We haven't done that yet. We did one small driveway with it. Okay. It's just basically a giant wheel with spikes on it, so it turns over and it kind of pulverizes and peels up and just kind of grades as it rolls. And it's really good for topsoil. It leaves like almost like a rake finish on it as it just rolls through. So it saves a pile of time in prep, because all you do is you take the skid steer, we dump it around in piles, and then you run the machine over it, and it go back and forth, and it kind of knocks it out. So it's a huge time saver for that, like grading and that sort of stuff as well. And like as well as the tractors, we do use that for snow, but that'd be more of a split purpose machine. We're going to try to use it all year round anyways. And then for our mini, again, another Kubota. As you can tell, we like our orange.
Yeah, big orange.
Yeah, big orange guy. And so that would be a U27. It's a cab machine. It'd be It's pretty similar to like a 3-ton machine. I think it's a 2.9. It's definitely smaller on the excavator side. But for what we do, where we do a lot of residential, it's a 5-foot wide machine. So we're able to get through a 6-foot panel of fence or something, pop it off. We're able to get in the backyard. And it's pretty powerful for what it is. Like there hasn't been too much stuff that we came across that we couldn't make happen with it. And we use that it's pretty much gone to a job every day. We haul it around our dump trailers. It's a nice little combo. You put dump trailer in there, you're able to bring in material, haul out material. It's like kind of a nice tight little duo.
Which is
and
huge.
We do a lot of grading, drainage work. That's kind of one of our big things lately. We've been into that. And even smaller, like pulling stumps and stuff. After last year, we got that hurricane. That was a huge help for that. It's kind of added an extra line of work. And even now, before we used, like when we were installing flower beds and stuff like that, like we would get a couple shovels and we'd scrape it out. But now that we have that machine, it's like we bring it to, we'll line up 3 or 4 in a day and they'll go around and they'll scrape out this whole flower bed, that flower bed. They go to a different spot. And then we have a bunch scraped out. And then it's kind of what might take 2 guys 2 hours to dig out. We can do with the Mini in 30 minutes. So you're saving, and like it kind of works with the same cost wise, but the time saving and the saving on your back and your guys' backs and shoulder. It's eliminating that manual labor, which is our biggest.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which kind of leads into our next thing about machines for efficiency.
Yeah, let's get into that.
That's been our big thing for a long time, because I've always struggled with getting not necessarily like it's just getting employees. Like people just don't want to work anymore. It's a hard job. Some days suck, and some people just don't want to do it, and that's fine. Like it's not for everybody.
I know.
Me too. Like I don't want to be pushing wheelbarrows and digging 5-foot holes and sonotubes and whatever else every day either. So you kind of eliminate one. You spend the money to buy a machine that eliminates that whole other side of it, right? So we have a few different things. We have a Kubota dump cart, which might be one of the best things I've bought in the last while. We were talking about that before. So what it is, it's basically a diesel wheelbarrow. You sit on it. It has 3 speeds. You can drive in, drive out. The front box dumps, which is awesome because you can put, I think it's 700 kilograms, so 1,500 pounds. So you can move a lot of soil, dirt, gravel pretty quick. And even just using it for other things. Like if you have narrow access into a backyard and you have to take brick in there, you put half a pallet of brick in that, you drive in, you unload it. There's no more wheelbarrowing. There's no doing it takes that whole manual side out of it, which is super efficient for us. And even just everything. You use it for moving plants. You can move it for bringing tools into the backyard. Hell, you can even fill it with ice and make a beer cooler at a Christmas or at a summer party.
Look at that! Now so, we're talking. I said,
just so many different uses for it, right? To kind of eliminate the manual side of it.
Yep.
And I know you had a leaf loader as well. You had a Billy Goat, correct, too, right?
Yep. I had a leaf loader. I actually sold it to the Elmira boys, and we work with that. It just worked out better for them picking up the leaves.
Well, like I said, you've seen the efficiency.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
For anyone that doesn't know, it's kind of a machine. We have ours mounted on the front of our truck.
Yeah,
it's basically a giant vacuum with a hose on it, and blow the leaves into a pile, and there's no more tarping or bucketing them in the back. It sucks it up and it shreds them, which is awesome too, because instead of having a full dump truck, when it shreds it, it cuts it to like a third, at least a third, fourth, fifth of the size of it. It just shreds it down.
Yeah.
And instead of getting one truck or one load in a truck, 1 yard in a truck, you might get 3 or 4 yards in one load, and it just saves that time and dumping and tipping fees and everything else on top of it. So it's handy as hell.
It always amazes me how much you can put in when you're running the leaf loader, how much can fit in the dump trailer.
It's like never ending.
Insane. Yeah.
It just keeps going and going. It's like,
and it just keeps packing tighter and tighter. And it's like, where is it all going?
Yeah. Like where? How is it still fitting in there?
Right.
Whereas before, if you did it with like tarps and loaded in, you'd make 5 loads out of one property.
And we've all been there.
So it definitely saves a pile that way.
Yeah.
And we have a few other things, like we have a Toro sprayer and stuff like that, which we talked about that before.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of something to eliminate the walking. I don't want to be dragging a 300-foot hose or pushing like this.
Yeah.
We'll save a pile of time in our new kind of spray and insect control adventure. So that's kind of another efficiency. That's the name of the game. Do things as quickly and efficient as possible to make more money.
Yep. And we both have Voth dump inserts, I
Mhm.
do believe, right?
Absolutely. Out of Quebec, I
Nice.
believe.
Yep, and they are so nice. Like, I
You have the
found
stainless
mine.
too, right?
Yeah, I get the stainless. It's wicked. It
Yeah.
works good. It looks nice. It's just a nice dump, insert.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's so handy to have just
Oh,
doing.
I know.
And like we
Just
don't get me wrong, we don't use it every day. We don't haul topsoil and stuff in it, but
Yep.
when we do, like if we're out pruning and you get rid of all
Yep.
those clips or leaves or
Yep.
doing a small little weeding job, you don't have to set up the dump trailer and bring this. The dump trailer can be at another job. And it's nice too because like we haul our enclosed trailer with it. So our
Right.
enclosed trailer is set up with tools, and then we throw all our clipping, like our pruning material and everything else on the bed of the truck. It's just like super efficient.
Oh yeah.
Easy setup to kind of roll with.
So efficient. So that's awesome. Yep, we got the dump insert on the dually, and we call the old dually the White Buffalo. So
the White Buffalo.
Love the White Buffalo. Gets a lot of use. So
yeah.
No, it's good. Nice. Something I guess I haven't got into, the dump cart yet. I think that one might be my next purchase.
I think it's a good add-on, right? It's
like Tyler and I were talking about it.
2 to 3 guys on a job where you're hauling material all day long,
which is so huge.
And you don't get tired. You sit there and you shift into forward. You press a pedal. You press a button. It dumps. You press it again. It goes back, and you go fill it again.
See,
like you're not like if you were to
that's what
haul,
I'm talking about.
If you're hauling a couple, say like a tandem of topsoil into a backyard, you're shoveling wheelbarrows, lugging wheelbarrows like into a yard, through a gate. And the nice thing is it's 3 feet. It'll fit through 99% of gate.
Right.
Which is
huge.
Nice. Yeah. So it's big. I'd recommend one to anybody.
Might even happen this spring for us. Who knows?
There you go.
I know I could put it to work in a hurry.
Absolutely. And your back and knees will thank you.
Oh, I know. I could sit on that thing for most of the day. That'd be great.
Yeah. Have someone else shovel stuff into it.
And then keep her going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You can even put one of your square barrels in it and drive it around.
Now we're talking. Look at that. Yeah, a couple square barrels in there. That leads us to the next part, square barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the square barrels. I don't know if anyone's heard of the square barrel it's called, but we became a dealer for square barrel end of last year. So I got a couple brought in. I was one of the first ones to bring them to Canada. So that was kind of cool. Me and Phil Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Phil brought a bunch in first, so he beat me to the punch. Square barrel. We love our square barrels. We use 6 of them. It replaces your Rubbermaid Brute, garbage pail. That usually wears out, but they're great for, garden clippings, literally everything. Leaves they're wicked. Tilt it on its side, rake it in. You drag it along the lawn. Like, they are big, so I can fit, like, when I fill up my walker, my collector walker, I can fit a full hopper of grass, which is a lot. I can fit it in one barrel easily. I can almost do one in a
big
bit.
Size.
It's huge.
Yeah, it was very deceiving because I always seen them online and
you've seen them
it at through
the show.
Instagram and stuff, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, like I see that, whatever. But then you see like it in person, and you get to see it and feel it's like, okay, I can see why these would be
right.
It's one of those things you spend a little money on it, and it's gonna last you a hell of a lot longer. And I really like the square lip too, right? For like raking stuff into it. Like you're not trying to squeeze it into a circle hole. You can lay it flat and rake it in.
Yeah, they're so nice. And you drag them around, like you kind of drag them, and then they have replaceable bottoms for them that you just switch out the bottom and keep the barrel going. So I think it's I thought it was such a great product when I seen it. So that's why we decided to become a dealer.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be sending you a whack of them. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. I'll be sending you.
We'll get her moving.
No, yeah. Nice. Yeah. That'll be fun. Nice. Yeah. Love the square barrels. Yeah. Like I said, we use 6 of them. They're sweet. So they're a little, they are expensive,
but if you're paying $80 for a Brute can.
I know. Every year.
Every year. Yeah. Probably you get a full season, maybe 2.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I feel like
Depends
those
how.
square bar ones, you're gonna get at least a couple years out of those.
I know. I would think like 4 or 5
Yeah.
at
Well, it depends
least.
what you're doing with them too, right? As
Yeah.
long depends how your
Not beating
employees
them
treat
up.
them too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
No, we love the barrels. Yeah, next, I guess we'll get into like a little. You want to get into the cameras and the drones a bit? Let's talk about that.
You do a lot of that sort of stuff,
I like
right?
that stuff. I've always been a camera guy. I've always been a GoPro guy. I think I started with the GoPro Hero 3, which is such a throwback.
Oh yeah, that was
my
yesterday.
Goodness. Oh, the amount of GoPros I've burned through. But anyways, right now I'm running the GoPro Hero 9 Black. It's a 4K 60 frames per second. It can do 240 frames per second slow-mo. It can do time lapses. It can do, or hyperlapses they're called. Like it's such a versatile little sports action camera. So it works really good for taking it on the job because I can kind of beat it up a bit, right?
Oh, yeah. It's still a dirty, rough environment for sure.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is so, like, the picture and video quality on it is so good.
Is that what you do your reels and stuff on for Instagram?
Yeah, so I have a head mount. And
I was going to say, you must run it on your head because in the video you see the shadow. It looks like your little unicorn.
I got the GoPro head mount because I tried getting like a not GoPro brand head mount. They'd suck.
Not the same.
So GoPro head mount, if anyone wants to get into this, then because a GoPro films like horizontally in landscape mode, right? So I bought like a horizontal mount. So then it's up and down, and then once you switch,
flip it.
Yeah, so it's always up and down, and then the screen adjusts, right? Okay. And then it's good to go. Hit record, and you throw it on your head. But yeah, that's how I do all of my head mount videos. With
that makes camera. A lot of sense. So you're kind of like POV right in there, and
exactly,
it's always that good view of you trimming.
Yeah, which I've always think that's such a cool. That's kind of I've tried to make that like my thing on Insta and TikTok, right?
And it definitely works. You're definitely the guy doing it for sure.
Everyone recognizes it, so I'm gonna keep that going. And second camera, I got this last year. It's called the GoPro Fusion, and it's their take on a 360 camera.
Oh, okay.
And that's a very nice camera. That's like 5.6K, which is bananas.
Oh wow.
I know. And it's,
I didn't know there was 360. Higher than 4.
I know. Well, that's what I said. And I was like, oh, it must be good.
Yeah, it has to be good. I thought it stopped at 4.
Yeah. So that thing's pretty intense to use. Like the editing after is like very time consuming, and it has to be through the GoPro app.
Oh, okay. Would that be similar to that Insta 360 I have?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I think so.
Same thing.
I'm sure it's very
extremely like it's cool to film with.
Oh yeah,
I have a bunch of stuff I filmed that I can't do anything with because I don't know how to edit it.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Same thing. Okay.
And I've messaged a couple people. They're like, "Oh, how do you edit it?" And I do it through the GoPro app, the Quick app on either my iPad or my phone. But it's a lot to edit it. I think if you had Final Cut Pro on a MacBook, I think it's compatible with it.
Oh, okay.
But that's getting into video editing pretty hard.
Yeah, you're getting into a little outside of making some reels.
Maybe we can go down that rabbit hole someday, but
you can talk about this stuff. And I'm sure a lot of people like that too, right? That are trying to get on.
I know, get on the
social media and grow it. Yeah. Know like stuff that this is what I use, this would work, this is what didn't, then you kind of know like because I wish I knew that. Like, don't go buy this $600 camera because I can't edit anything with it.
And honestly, if I had to do it again, I would just want 2 like GoPro Heroes.
Yep.
That's probably how I would roll.
And just run the 2 you can have one set up.
Then again, you do I've made some pretty cool 360 videos, and it is pretty cool.
Like I said, they're cool as hell.
It's a cool camera. I know.
I might try this winter to kind of play with some of the footage from this summer and kind of play with it and see what we can come up with and spend some time on it when we're not as busy. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
and you use drone as well, right?
Yeah, I got I have two actually.
Oh, okay.
I bought, what was it? A DG. They're both DJI. DJI. First one was the Air 2.
Okay.
And very nice drone. Only films in horizontal landscape mode.
Ooh.
Which, of course, for social media, you got to be
Is a
vertical. Portrait mode, they call it. So then I bought the Mini 2, I think that's what it is. Yeah,
okay.
the Mini 2.
Does that flip the other way?
Yes, you can switch back
that must be the Mini 3.
Okay, Mini 3.
Because
Sorry.
I have a Mini 2, and that's
okay.
I bought it like a month before the new one came out.
Oh, that's
and then
annoying.
So now I just have the Mini 2, and you're either like always cropping or zooming and trying to get it to fit. And it just never. I mean, it works, but I don't use it as much because of
looks
that.
how it should.
Kind of,
yeah.
Versus you're able to flip it. And
I know. Yeah, this one you just hit a button and it flips, which is pretty sweet. So
that's
what we
nice.
use for drones, cameras, and I got a couple tripods. Tripod in every truck for the phone. I'll say, because when I do like a time lapse mowing, I use my iPhone.
Okay, yeah,
iPhone
that's what I use.
12.
Pretty much everything I do is iPhone,
which
for
is
sure.
Nice to have a good iPhone.
And it's so
cameras
easy.
on
Everything's
those
right there.
Oh yeah,
you have like a little app on your phone. You edit it up, and
makes it pretty quick.
What app do you use on your phone for stuff?
I've been just using. I used to use Splice, but then they jacked up the price. Before it wasn't even expensive,
free or something, wasn't it?
And then it's like, it's $8 a week, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
$8.99 a week or something.
I'm out of here.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
insane.
Good.
Yeah. So, but like Instagram stepped up their editing, I think, for their reels.
Oh, so you do that right in the Instagram?
Yeah, I just do it all in there. It takes a little time.
Okay.
I do that, and TikTok has a good editing, so I just do it in there.
I use VN Editor.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was one of those. I think it was Tom or one of those guys that told me about it forever ago, and I've been using that as a free app. You get
nice,
like 150 active projects. So all you do when you're done, you just clear it out, and it's really good. I like it. There's all like a lot of the same features that Instagram has, but I find it a lot easier. It's a lot quicker. I like it. That's what I've been using. So
nice. Yeah, that's wicked. Huh? I might have to get into that one. Yeah.
Free's always nice.
I guess I do have. It's called LumaFusion. Okay. I have it on it was $40 one time, and I have it on my iPad and on my phone. Like if I want to get into like a horizontal YouTube video edit, I'll usually do that on my iPad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I guess equipment. I have a MacBook and an iPad, and that's how I do all my editing. So, which is
on there.
You need that too. So, anyways, that's what I'm running for cameras.
I try to do everything through my phone, and I do it with the iPad, but phone is mostly what I try to. I pretty much run my whole business through an iPhone. Yeah, I have the drone as well. Right. Just use the app for that, and we do have. I have a bunch of GoPros. I think I have 5 GoPros.
Holy!
I never use them because I always.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know. It's hard to. In the winter, I use it a bit more. I like set it up in the tractor or something like that, so you kind of get that, and I'll just let it run. Cool.
Nice.
But, I find it when I do it on the GoPro or I do it on the drone, I never have the time to get it from there, plug it, upload it, bring it to my phone, and then a lot of footage is just sitting there, just not being.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to
everyone who owns a GoPro. I think I have so much of that too.
Yeah, it's just there, and just never have time to.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll get to the point where I can hire someone to come in and edit all my footage and make a bunch of cool stuff. But
now you're talking.
We're not on that day yet.
Yeah, we'll get there maybe someday. So
someday.
Nice. Oh, that's good. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess that's all the equipment we use for, summer operations.
The basics.
Yeah, the basics, right?
And like I said, there's all kinds of other stuff we can talk about.
Oh,
There's so many things. It's just kind of, at least that's kind of the basic kind of rundown of what we're doing and what we're using. And the camera's like a good thing too, right? That no one really talks about.
I know.
It's a nice little add-on that could maybe help somebody if they're starting getting on social media or wherever they're looking to post.
Yeah, I know. Again, any questions, hit the boys up. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll chat with you, whatever, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, you got anything else for everyone or what?
No, I think we kind of nailed what we wanted to talk about there today.
Yeah,
Just kind of
nice.
go over the basics and see what else, see what comes next week, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into like the trucks and the trailers and all that.
Yeah, there's just so
jazz.
much.
Oh my gosh.
So many different things to talk about, right?
It just never ends. We'll hit it all.
Yeah, at some point we'll get through it all.
Yeah, exactly. Nice, cool, man. Well, the Leafs play tonight, so go Leafs, go, right?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see. That's exactly it. Nice. Cool, guys. Well, thanks for listening again. We always appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and like and follow all our channels. We're posting every day, so there's always something new to check out, right?
Check out, like, comment. We'll hit you back.
We're always around.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool, man. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later then.
All right, buddy. I'll catch you next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
Right.
See you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
We want to thank you for listening to the Crooked Stripes podcast. If you like this episode of the pod, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. Head over to Instagram and follow @the Crooked Stripes. From there, stay up to date on all things lawn, landscaping, and snow removal. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of the Crooked Stripes. Thanks again for listening.